And we are live. Russ, how's it going, man?
Yeah, all good.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's very early in the morning here in the UK.
Almost 12:30 in the morning over there in the
12:30.
UK. Yeah. You gonna order it
Yeah.
tonight or what?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
See how it goes. I want to see a bit more detail, hopefully, once it goes live.
Model Mine wants to know more about those magnetic doors and windows. So do I. I want to know how that
Yeah,
stuff works. Any
don't we all?
insight? Yeah. And then the hoverboard too. So I wanted to switch over to the little promo that we've got here. I don't know if you saw this, Russ, but this is on their website, and it just kind of details the three promo items that you can get if you order
Yeah,
it. Yeah, within the promotion period.
quite a long
So
promotion period.
so the promotion period goes from today, starting at 6 p.m. my time, like 1 a.m. your time, all the way to April 19th of
Yeah,
2025.
that's a long time.
That is a very long time.
I would have expected them to have sold out by then.
So I wanted to introduce Russ Law, aka the DeLorean Model Collector. Many of you may know him, many of you may not know him. So he's been on a few of our live streams in the chat. This is his first appearance on a DeLoreanTECH live episode. Definitely a pleasure to have you on. I think this is
Thank you.
a good one for us to have you on. I know we've been trying to get you on for a while, but the time difference, so you're all the way in the UK,
Yeah,
right? So the time difference has made it somewhat difficult. For the folks out there who aren't familiar with the DeLorean Model Collector and your social media, why don't you kind of run through basically everything you do?
wow. How long you got?
Oh
Um,
man,
well,
give us the summary, the high level.
okay, the summary. Right, well, I've been a fan of DeLoreans since the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Yes, I'm that old. Um, in the UK at the time, the troubles in Northern Ireland were very prevalent in the news, and the story of John DeLorean building the factory in Northern Ireland was front and center in the headlines pretty much every day. And when we actually saw the car, I was a massive fan of the car, with the gull windows and everything. And then obviously after the factory closed and everything went quiet until the film came out, Back to the Future in 1985. Went to see it on the first night, and didn't know anything about the film because there was no social media in those days, so there was no promos or clips or anything. You just knew the film was coming out and you went to see it. And then there was this DeLorean that backed out of the van in all the smoke, and I was just hooked, completely hooked. Um, Took a long time for models to start to come out. There was some stuff in the late 80s, early 90s, but I didn't really get hooked on it until the mid 2000s. I bought my first model, the Sunstar 118 scale, and that set me off on this journey. As you can see in the picture, in the screen there, I've now got over 630 models. It's a complete addiction. And yeah, my house is pretty much full.
Yeah, no, I've been following you on Instagram and Facebook for quite a while now, and I've always been impressed. And I'm actually really thankful that we have someone like you who's cataloging and indexing every single DeLorean model that
Yeah,
was ever made, right? I
that
mean,
was part of my goal when I started the Facebook page, because I was sort of 400 models in before I started the Facebook page, and I sort of realised that there wasn't anywhere that any collector could go to see what was available. And that kicked off the whole journey with the Facebook page, just cataloguing what I'd bought. I don't profess to be a social media expert. I just take a picture of what I bought, of what I buy, show a description of it, and yes, hopefully people see it, like it, and decide to buy.
all right, so let's take a look at your Facebook page here for a little bit here while we're at it. You've
So
got this, and you've got basically your Instagram page, and they're almost the same thing. You go in and you update the DeLorean community on all the upcoming models
yeah,
from all the different manufacturers, Hot Toys, Hot Wheels,
Anything.
Yeah, anything and everything. And you
Yeah.
always seem to
So,
have the information before everybody else.
well, I'm not party to anything particularly in advance. I just do a lot of searching.
You're going to be doing, is it a magazine article that's coming
Yeah.
up?
So,
Okay.
Classic and Sports Car Magazine have a section called "Also in My Garage."
Okay.
So it's usually people that have got classic cars, and they've also got collections of model cars to go with the car that they own, effectively. And I'd message them and ask them if they wanted to do a piece on the collection. And yeah, hopefully it'll be. I think it's August's issue. They're doing a movie car special.
Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully I'll be in that.
Dude, that is awesome, man. Congratulations on that. That's definitely going to be cool.
Hopefully it comes off.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. So, Russ, the Blitzway. We got blitzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got blitzed. This was supposed to be a reveal live stream. We were supposed to go live at 6:00. Hey, here it is. Here's what it looks like. But they blitzed us 2 days earlier.
Yeah, I think they got something a bit wrong there. They teased that reveal and then put out pictures, which struck me as a little strange.
It was a little strange, and it kind of took us all by surprise. I was at the dog park with my dog. He was running around, and I just kind of had my phone out, and I noticed some photos. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? So when I got home, I had to do a video, right? And I was like, well,
Yeah.
we kind of have to do something, right? Because we were supposed to
Cool,
do
of course.
this. Yeah, we were supposed to do this tonight, right? But
Hmm.
at least we can kind of get an idea. Maybe they'll, produce more photos and stuff. Now, I did find out that they are releasing a video tonight on YouTube.
Right.
And that's in about.
Okay.
I
I
don't know if
wasn't
you
aware
saw
of that.
that. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but it does us no good. Well, I mean, I guess I can continue the live stream, but it's at 8 p.m. And let me see if I can get to it. It's at 8 p.m. tonight, my time. That would be like 3:00 in the morning or something for you.
Yeah. I'm not going to be staying up.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. So I might stay on. We might do an intermission. And then come back is kind of what I'm thinking. And
Yeah,
at least
it's
do
a
a
shame
reaction.
because they really should have released the video at 6.
Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, what can you do?
What can you do? Yeah, there it is. So, premieres tonight, 8 p.m. So in 2 hours. I'm curious, like, what they're gonna show, in this
Well,
in this
hopefully
video.
the door's opening.
Yeah, the door's opening, the hover wheels going underneath automatically.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, they keep talking about this magnetic contraption that they've got. And I'm just wondering how that's all going to work. Hey, chat,
Yeah.
do you guys know? Let us know what you guys think.
I mean, I'm thinking that maybe it's some magnetic way, in a similar way to the Tommy's touch sensors, where you touch the hoverball to the sensor, and it does something rather than physically pressing the button.
Okay, that makes sense.
That seems logical, but until we physically see it, it could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything.
It's quite disappointing that they didn't release the video at the same time as the pre-order went live. That would have been more sensible. But yeah, you've got to wait 2 hours to see what those doors do.
Yeah, and what does the 2 hours even mean?
The video's obviously already been done.
Yeah, obviously, So, yeah, I can't figure it out. But let's talk about these promo items. So apparently, if you order, within a certain period of time prior to, I guess, the promo items actually selling out. So there's a range, but they could sell out before it reaches, April 19th. You've got a hoverboard, which also has a magnetic module for sensor activation. So I'm not quite sure, like, what it does. If it's like an Easter egg, maybe it, maybe it makes a sound. Maybe it has the DeLorean model make a sound or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe it floats next to the car. Wondering about that.
That'd be cool.
Any thoughts, Russ? Any theories on that?
Yeah, I mean, who knows what a magnetic module for sensor activation means? You know, it could be anything from holding the hoverboard near the door, which means the door goes up, or you know, it could be a specific part of the car where you have to hold the hoverboard to for it to activate.
Right.
You know, we're really guessing because I don't know what a magnetic module for servo activation is. So you know, until we see this video, we're really not going to know. But I mean, that would be cool if you just held the hoverboard to the door and it opened. You know, held the hoverboard to the wheels and they went under, like you say. I really want to see these wheels because this is the part that most models get wrong. And from looking at the picture with the wheels under, it appears that they stick out a bit too far.
That's what I thought too.
But you know, you've only got a certain amount of room for an entire wheel to fold under. So, you know, it's the photos that they released 2 days ago were pretty dark.
Yep.
So it was quite difficult to pick out the all of the features
right
from those shots. But you know, if they get it right, it will look great. If they don't, it will look like most of the other models that get it wrong. It will look weird.
Yeah, no, for sure. So Model Mind is saying that the magnet releases a switch, and it's all spring-loaded. So the doors are on springs. You touch the magnet to the door, and the door spring open.
Door springs open.
My question is, how do you close them? So it also says that they close automatically as well. So
right, okay,
interesting.
I mean, from what I was thinking about when you did your video the other day, where you went through the features, was that it would be motorized.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But you know, to hide a motor in a car of 1/6 scale would be a feat.
Right, it would be. It would be. So I guess we'll find out. Maybe they'll let us know what's going on with that in the video, right? Later on. So a couple other items here, these gifts that they're calling them. The titanium license plate, which I was confused as to what that actually meant, but it's really just a 40 years Back to the Future kind of special edition plate. That's pretty cool. And then an out of time plate. So a Mark 1 license plate, which is kind of cool as well. So you're getting a little bit of the Mark 1 in this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit. So that's pretty cool. So these 3 items will be available during this promotion period and also prior to them selling out. So that would be something that I would jump on. If you're watching this, jump on that. If you want those 3 items, you know, we're only talking about $1,000 for the model, which actually, I don't know, Russ, what do you think? What do you think about that price point?
I think that's quite amazing. The Ghostbusters was $1,600. So I was expecting once we got the announcement of the features, I was expecting it to be nearer $2,000. So for it to be $999 is quite amazing.
It is.
I think
it is very surprising for that.
You know, I mean, it's not that much more than the Hot Toys. I mean, the Hot Toys was what, $799?
Yeah, just about. And I think when it was all said and done with shipping and tax and all that, I don't know that they'll charge tax. They probably will. So when I went on the site, right, and I'm actually on both the Blitzway Global and the Blitzway USA site. So I did a little front-end research on this. I reached out to them. I didn't hear back from them. They're actually close to me. They're about 20 minutes away. So I'm thinking about going over there. Maybe that's a future video.
Sure you don't get one that's broken.
Right. So I went on blitzwayglobal.com and I tried ordering some of the other products. I didn't really order them just to see what I could do. And I think Blitzway Global is where you would go to order this thing if you are not in the States. So like yourself. And then if you're in the States, you would use blitzwayusa.com to place your order. Because if you try to place it at blitzwayglobal.com, it doesn't give you the option to select the US for shipping.
Right.
So that's something that, you know, if you're watching this and you're not in the US, definitely head over to blitzwayglobal.com.
I'm on the global.
Okay, there you go. And if you're in the US, blitzwayusa.com, which is right here. And so neither one of them has it activated, and we've got about close to about 15 minutes less. But you can actually add, you know, to the quantity. You just can't do anything else. So how many are you gonna pick up, Russ?
Just the one.
Just the one. I might get two.
To be honest, I haven't got anywhere to put it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're running out of room.
I'm
running
full.
out of room. Yep. Yep.
The hot toys might have to go up in the attic.
Hey, so you probably just have a crawl space up there, right? Or do you have can you walk in there?
It's pretty big.
Oh, really?
It's pretty big. It's not a full room, but it's pretty big up there.
Okay.
It needs to be. I've got enough up there.
Okay. You can finish it off and expand into the attic, I guess, with the new models. Oh, man.
I certainly need to build something to put them in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you're right. I mean, I feel like the wheels kind of stick out a little bit here. I mean, it's not horrible, but you can kind of see it, right? And at least this back reel here looks like it's sort of at an angle. Yeah, obviously this is all prototype stuff, subject to change, and they may actually fix that. You remember with the Hot Toys, right? When that first came out, oh man, that looked terrible. They fixed that, and they fixed that really close to the launch, close to shipping, and we were all pretty happy about that. I remember. I mean,
a lot of models where the wheels fold under, the wheels end up being too low.
Yep.
Whereas these ones don't look too bad in terms of the height. They just look like they stick out.
Yeah, they do. And I don't know how much of this is Photoshop versus an actual photo.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a render or something to me. It doesn't look like a photograph. Not like some of these other shots, right? Like this one looks like an actual photo to me. But the other one here, even though they do have the display base and everything, it does not look like a photo. It looks like it's been kind of touched up a little bit. They may still be working on it. You can kind of see that, it just doesn't look right around here. There's something going on here. Like there's a hub there, but not over here. You know what I mean? So hopefully they'll address that. I don't want this thing to look like the tires are completely on the outside of the vehicle. They need to be tucked in.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, at least halfway or 60%.
It should be halfway.
40%, halfway, okay. So if it's halfway, it should be halfway. They got to get this thing right. Yeah.
I like the way that the Kids Logic, the floating car did it, where the wheels were changeable. So if you wanted it in hover mode, you physically took the wheel off and put a hover mode wheel in, which was sort of half a wheel effectively that went in there.
Yep.
And that looked great. Obviously that would be cheaper to manufacture, I would imagine, if the wheels are interchangeable, but it doesn't look like they've done that.
Right.
Because you can see from that back wheel, there's a silver, the top of the photo shows a sliver of silver.
Yeah.
Which I think is it's either the front or the rear of the rim. So it looks like the whole wheel is on show in the arch. Which leads me to believe that they're probably going to stick out a bit.
Well, it's hard to zoom in, but from my perspective, and my eyes aren't that great, it almost looks like reflection on the tire. But it's hard to say. This whole thing doesn't look like, an actual tire. It just looks like a render to me, right? Especially if you look at it right here, So a computer render is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. And I think it's obvious because this tire is tilted upward a little bit, right? It's not quite level.
Well, you can see the on the front one. You can see it looks like the inside of the hub.
Yep.
Whereas you can't see that on the back.
You can't see that on the back either. It almost looks like whatever this bracket here that's going to the hub looks like it's going in the back. It looks like it's actually going behind the wheel. So they must have just kind of placed this here and said, okay, that's good enough. For a preview, we're good to go.
Just for the photo.
Yeah. So I think the bottom line on this here is that don't trust this photograph to judge the model. Let's kind of wait and see. Maybe this video that they're going to show tonight is gonna give us a little bit more information on that, maybe a better idea of what we can expect.
Yeah. But I'm surprised that Blitzway didn't do more like Tomy did, where they, Tomy previewed that model even in prototype form
They
in
did.
videos
They
on the
did.
Kickstarter page.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
they fully explained that it was a prototype and it wasn't ready, but it gave you such a great feeling of what the final model was going to be. And really, Blitzway have been really quiet. I mean, I've seen no responses on any of the Instagram
Right.
comments. None.
None at all.
No. Whereas
Very
Tomy
quiet.
were really interactive.
Yes, very interactive. I remember reaching out to them several times. When I did the live stream on the Kickstarter reveal and then their Facebook video that they had, I reached out to them just to get permission to run that on the channel. And they were really cooperative. They got back to me really quick. But I'm wondering if it has to do with the fact that that was a Kickstarter. That's why they were so
Maybe.
like, here's everything. Let's show everybody what this is about, what all the work that went into it, so that they can generate the excitement and then, of course, the support behind their Kickstarter. So this, I remember when last year when I first found out about this, it was this very nebulous website banner thing, this promo sheet that they put together, and we were like, everybody's like, what? They're coming out with a 6 scale? Then everything went silent forever. And then all of a sudden, just recently, you start seeing all these little videos and little photo teases. And then all of a sudden, here we are. And today we can pre-order it in about 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, you said that I get prior notice of stuff, but the first time I even knew that Blitzway existed was when I watched one of your live stream
Really? Okay.
videos where you were looking at the cars for sale on Bring a Trailer.
Oh, right.
And at the end of it, I think you showed some shots of the Hot Toys Part 3 car.
Right.
And you mentioned Blitzway. And
Yes.
and I was sitting there at my computer thinking, what's Blitzway? Oh my God. Straight on trying to find out who Blitzway were. And obviously at that point, there was nothing on the website.
Right.
There was a forum post about a reveal at an event that they ended up cancelling. So we got no shots of the car really prior until the stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks on the on their Instagram. So it's been a very low key reveal.
It has been. I agree. Very like just out of the blue. Here it is. It's like, wow, maybe that's just how they work,
Maybe
they're not a big company like Tomy, I guess, but I've been watching Denobi's channel, and this would be their third model for a vehicle that they've done. The first two that they did were the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Yeah, so they did 2 of those, one from the original 80s movie and then one from the Afterlife movie, and those were well accepted by the 6 scale community. So the quality is really good. Diecast, they were monstrous, $1,800. So when the price point started to be kind of a discussion, right, I was thinking this would be about the same, right, because they're obviously gonna amp it up a notch, right, and do all this extra stuff. But no, I mean, half the price of the Ecto 1. Very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some videos online. When I first heard about the Blitzway from yourself, I went on to look at the reviews of the Ghostbusters car. And apart from lights, it really doesn't have any real, features at all. I mean, okay, you can, the gunner seat pulls out, but you have to do it manually. The door's open, but again, you have to do it manually. Whereas this appears to have a mechanism for doing this stuff, this magnetic sensor mechanism.
Yeah.
So once I heard that, I was thinking, well, it's not going to be 1,600.
Nope.
It might be 2,000, 2,600.
That's what we were thinking.
So the 999 was a shock to me.
Yeah, and when you think about the little digital readout here on the time circuits display and also the speedo and how they were able to get that, I mean, that's it's pretty impressive at 6 scale,
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit skeptical on that one, Todd. I'm
Yeah,
afraid. I think that's a transfer with a light behind it.
could be, could be. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that would be very difficult to actually do that in LED.
yeah. You're probably right.
Um,
You're probably right. It would be nice though.
it would be
Wishful
nice.
thinking. Apparently, the spare tire can actually come out, is what Denobi was saying.
Mm,
So that should be interesting.
that makes sense.
Hopefully, we'll
I
never
wonder
have
where the
to use.
batteries go.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, we'll never have to use it. Right? This is a great shot right here too. The thrusters, the cooling vents, and the taillights too. Taillights look pretty good.
Yeah,
Very
I think
nice.
that shot under the hood, for me, is the one that shows you the level of detail that they've gone
Oh
to with this
yeah,
car.
yeah.
To make that effort for something that really you're never going to see, is amazing.
Oh yeah.
For me, no other model that I've got has gone to that level.
Right, right,
For something that you wouldn't see,
right.
unless that cover, to the left of the spare wheel is where you put the batteries. You would never go into that compartment.
Right, right. And
So
they never showed this in the movie, so it's not like, they had to look to the movie to do something here. They,
yeah,
they kind of did this, because it's DeLorean accurate, right?
yeah,
Eagle Moss did it too. Hot Toys kind of did it. They have an actual DeLorean wheel in there instead of the actual spare.
yeah.
I guess they wanted to follow suit, but I thought it was cool that they really got everything to look pretty nice. The
Hmm.
cover for the brake cylinder, the master cylinder for the brakes, and
Yeah,
yeah, the struts look pretty good as well.
yeah.
Very, very detailed
And the
here.
cap's there for the fuel.
Yeah, the fuel cap. Yep, yep, yeah. And you can barely see it, but this is where you check the clutch fluid, right on the
Hmm.
other side of the fuel cap. So there's a little cap where you can check the clutch fluid in there as well. A lot of detail on the time circuitry, the time machine components here in the back. Lot of detail. And I was looking at the Hot Toys, which, if you look at any of them, they're about the same. It's amazing the amount of detail that went into this thing compared to what Hot Toys did with theirs.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the coloured wires make a big difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Mark One Hot Toys one doesn't have a lot of colour in the back.
Right. Right.
Whereas this one, I mean, if you showed me that and said that's a picture of an actual replica, then I wouldn't argue with you.
Right. Right. Yeah. The interior, man, looks amazing.
I like what they've done with the flux bands.
Yes. Yep.
No hideous screws.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, looks good. Real good. They light up, which we didn't get on the Hot Toys. It's almost
No,
like they took notes, right? And I mentioned that they took notes as to, I think, what the fans wanted to see, what they would have liked, and decided, you know what, let's just give it to them.
definitely.
I think your theory about why they went straight to the Back to the Future Part 2 car, the hover car, was because of the license, right? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. I've heard previously that the license for Back to the Future one, for the first part, Back to the Future, is more expensive than the other two because it's a more popular movie.
Right.
Whether that is the case or not, I don't know. Uh, it just seems weird to me that they've teased it as a Part One car, and then the one we actually get is the Part Two.
Right.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, especially with the fact that they're trying to tie it into the 40th anniversary, which effectively for Back to the Future 2 it isn't.
True.
That's
So,
not for another, what, 4 years, 3 years, something like that.
yep. Yep.
So that's a little weird.
It is a little weird.
But if it's considerably more expensive to license the Part One, then I can see why they've gone straight to Part Two.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. And I think they made at least one mistake, celebrating 40 years of Back to the Future Part 2 on their website, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. But, I mean, the car first appeared 40 years. You know, the hover car did appear in part 1.
It did. Yeah. So we're splitting hairs.
Yeah, totally. Let's see here. Heavy Metal Machine wants to know if we have to install the flux bands. Hopefully not. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't. I hated installing those things, especially the front. Oh man, on the Hot Toys. Yeah, hopefully not.
Never want to do that again.
Right. So they haven't given any major details about what assembly is required, if any. Hopefully there isn't. Hopefully it's like the Tomy, right? I mean, literally complete. You've got everything. It's completely assembled. That would be great. These things are so nice looking, these flux bands. I would be very surprised if we had to put them on ourselves. I think Hot Toys did that as a way to prevent any sort of damage to them in shipping, is what I'm thinking, because they are kind of fragile. Yeah. So,
definitely.
As long as you design the shipping carton correctly, shouldn't be an issue, right?
Yeah, I mean, they need to secure it in the carton somehow with screws, like you would a 1/18 scale in a box. Two screws from underneath. Stops it moving about. Obviously Hot Toys didn't do that, and they felt that it was easier to have you install them, but they were very tricky. And I dread to think if anyone damaged them trying to fit them.
So Ledge Limited Collectibles is saying the Ecto cars were all assembled. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign. There's a comment in the chat about using the logo, the Part 2 logo.
Yeah.
With a Part 1 car.
Okay.
I've seen that happen.
Oh, so you've seen it happen where they've used the Part 2
Yep.
logo for a Part 1 car. Okay, Mark 1. Mm-hmm.
So the one that springs to mind is it's the 1/15 scale Diamond Select.
Okay. Yep.
None of their cars have the Part 1 logo on them.
Really?
No.
So that
they're all marked up as Part 2 cars, even if it's a Mark 1 car in the box.
Interesting. So that sort of supports your theory about the whole licensing thing for Part 2 is cheaper. 50% off maybe.
yeah, considerably cheaper.
Yeah.
It's a bit like when the models are released without the DMC logo on the grille.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So they don't have to pay the license.
All right, so here we go. We're live. So we've got BlitzwayUSA.com and page not found. Uh-oh. What's going on there? Well, BlitzwayGlobal.com, it may be refreshing it.
I'm not seeing it live yet.
Yeah, on BlitzwayUSA.com, you can actually proceed to the pre-order page, which I'm going to do right now. So there is a $79 pre-order deposit that you have to do. Mm-hmm. Oh, up to 2. You can only order 2 of them. So, a limit of 2 per order. 1 for yourself and 1 for eBay. That's going to happen, right?
you don't know how true that is.
So only 2 per person and free shipping. Oh my gosh, free shipping. I love it. I love this. Okay, yeah, that's a no-brainer. That supports getting 2 of these for sure. So you don't have to pay the $9.99 right off the bat. It's just a deposit. So that's kind of cool. Right? If you want to order 2 of these, it's $158 out of pocket today. So I created an account beforehand just to be on the safe side because I wasn't quite sure what to expect here. And use saved addresses. Okay. Here we go. I have to put in my address again. Their website's a little primitive. You can't really save your information. At least I tried to, and I couldn't do it. So I have to make extra.
Oh, here we go.
Is it working?
So Global's up.
All right. Get on that. Get on that. You want that hoverboard? Let me review my order here. Back to the Future 2 Time Machine, 1/6 scale. Quantity 2. Deposit 79 times 2. 158 total. Again, you click on that. You can't order more than 2. I guess if you created another account and ordered a couple more under that account, I don't know if they check your shipping address. They might They might do that. I don't know, but it's
Okay, that's interesting.
what's going on your end?
Yeah, on the global, the shipping is to the UK anyway, $381.66.
Ouch. Ouch.
It looks like I have to pay that in advance.
I did notice that some of the items that they sell on their site, the other items did have shipping charges. Okay. And oh, here we go. So my order is confirmed. You will receive a confirmation email with your order number shortly. Okay. So the other items that they sell had shipping costs, but they were very low, right? Some of their figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Very low. And I noticed that, it was shipping within the US, so I'm wondering if they're actually going to ship everything from wherever it's being made to the US at their California headquarters and then ship them from there. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Because the shipping on a lot of their stuff was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And not from Korea. They said this product is manufactured in China, right? So maybe they have a Korea, China, maybe a Japan headquarters. They'll be shipping worldwide from China, and that's why you have the cost difference in the shipping.
Yeah, it's more likely something like that. I mean, we do have Blitzway, a UK distributor. I emailed one the other day and asked them if they were going to be getting the DeLorean in. Okay. And they said yes, but it won't be available until 3 or 4 days, I think, after the pre-order goes live on the website. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until the UK supplier pre-order starts. I think $381 for shipping is too much. I appreciate it's a large box.
Yes,
but I think that's a little bit too high.
14 kilograms, including carton.
It's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said in your video the other day, it's going to be die-cast. Which parts of it are die-cast is hopefully we'll find out in the video.
Right.
Which parts of it are die-cast.
So this is...
but still.
Yeah.
381. Ouch.
They got a few extra photos though that the USA site didn't have, or maybe they just uploaded these at 6 o'clock.
There's 44 now.
Wow.
On the global.
Man. So I'm looking at the car right now with the doors open, and I think they need to be opened a little higher. So actually they do for sure. So hopefully they can fix that. The doors actually should be a bit higher than that. They should open up more.
Yeah, they do look a little low.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely hit your head on those when you were exiting the vehicle.
Oh, totally. If you look at it, it's right here. They're right at the windshield line, which is definitely a danger. So Doc Brown would definitely be running his face into that door panel inside. Okay, so they got to fix that. Flaw number 1. Yeah. Well, flaw number 2, right? We're talking about those wheels.
Yes.
So here's another shot. That looks pretty cool. I like that. Check out the SID. That's pretty screen accurate right there.
Yeah, I think they've got the headlights. The headlights look better in that shot.
Hey, yeah, I look at that.
They don't look as bright.
Yeah, they're the lower color temperature headlights. This is very cool. Oh, there's another shot of those headlights. Yeah, so they got that right. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Okay, I'm looking at the tail lights. The tail lights are lit. I'm hoping they'll show a photo of the tail lights not being lit so we can kind of get an idea of the amber section and how accurate that is. You know me, I'm Mr. Nitpicky. That's just how it is.
the when you get to the hover shot, you can see the tail lights better.
Oh yeah, right here.
I think it's the next picture on.
Oh yeah, I see this. This one right here.
It's indicating to the right, and the left is dark.
This is good. This is not bad, actually. I'm looking at this one here, and with the lights off in the back, the taillights are off, and the amber section looks proper.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks like I'm looking
Again,
at my
it's
own car.
difficult to tell because the photo's dark, but it
Yeah.
does look good.
It looks
It's
good.
not all red like most of them are.
Right. Right. Or like the Hot Toys, just dark, where you just can't
it's
tell.
dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Tinted
Look
for some
at that.
reason.
Yeah, tinted. Right. Right. I spot a little bit of green in there. That just might be reflection for something else going on there. It's kind of interesting. Looks good.
I like the
Man, this looks
the
good.
clips, the cable ties.
Yeah, the cable
white
ties.
cable ties.
Yep. This looks super cool. I'm really liking this. Man, this is very nice.
The only thing I'm slightly disappointed with, and this is a geek thing, is the blue, the lit blue flux bands.
Okay.
Because they're only blue because of the way the film shows the light.
Yes.
They should be white.
Yes.
And I get why they've done them blue, because that is how it looks in the movie.
Yes, absolutely.
But
well, that's a simple fix. You can run another
nitpicky.
Yeah, you can run another strip of LEDs in there and switch between white and blue.
Yeah.
One of our local time machine owners, Edwin Pineda, he has that on his time machine where you can switch between the colors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I thought was cool, lit door lights. We got lit door lights.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That is very cool.
With the red on the back and the orange in the middle, orange on the front.
So here's the thing, though. I'm looking at the bumper, and those letters look raised to me. I hope they can fix that. Now, it just might be the lighting, and I think we need a close-up. So I'm looking for a close-up. I didn't pay too much attention. There we go. They look raised. They look raised.
They do.
So that's not accurate. They're supposed to be sort of inset is what they are, and I pointed that out. Yeah, so if you look at the Eagle Moss and you look at like the Tomy, they're inset. Look at the Hot Toys, they're raised. So hopefully they'll address that. I'd hate for that to be an issue with this. I mean, most people probably don't care, but I'm a DeLorean owner. That's just how it is, right?
Yeah.
But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, this finish on the stainless, that looks
stainless
pretty nice.
Looks good.
That looks nice. That looks nice. I wonder how they're going to pull that off with a diecast.
Yeah.
You know,
that's almost half the battle if they can get the stainless looking good.
Yeah, I mean, this photo right here, this looks great. You know, I love those wheels. I love the wheels. They look amazing. Now, one little thing I want to point out here with the front wheel, at least in this shot, is the front wheel looks too much like the rear wheel in terms of the depth. It's more flatter in the front, the face of the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as dished.
Not as dished, right. So that's something that, you know, hopefully will be addressed.
Hopefully. I mean, they look the same size.
Yeah. They
especially in that photo.
Yeah, they kind of do. It's hard to tell. It looks smaller at some of these other ones, but I guess some of the... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they do look the same size, especially in this photo right here, where you have the car just on the stand. Look at that. That stand looks kind of cool. I know. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks more of an actual idea, the stand, rather than the Hot Toys one, which was just the stand for the Mark II was just the stand that they used for one of the Batman models that they did.
Oh yeah, yep.
So it's nice to see a proper stand with a logo on.
Oh yeah, it looks good. I had to put my own DeLorean logo on my stand for the Hot Toys. I thought it looked a lot better when I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your hoverboard. There's your hoverboard. That looks great. Yeah, this is cool. Very cool. So the DMC, the door sill logo is raised, which is correct. It's supposed to be raised. Oh, look at that. There's the beer can. And it says Blitzway. It says Blitzway on it.
And it's dented.
Yeah, and it's dented. Yeah, yeah. I love it. Oh, Biff's cane. There it is. There it is. Dude, look at the detail here. Look at the detail here on the pin switches, the door switches.
Yeah,
Right? You got two, which is DeLorean accurate,
yeah.
you know? I'm just looking at this thing and I'm like, wow. Look at the stainless finish, the brushed finish on it. Looks really nice. Very, very well done. The seats.
I'm amazed that they went with proper leather for the seats.
Yes.
Because that's
Yes.
notoriously difficult to get those seams looking halfway decent.
Right. Right.
But the seats look great.
It looks amazing. I'm really hoping the production car is going to have the same appearance that we're seeing here, because I'm kind of blown away by the difficult or the level of detail. It just looks so difficult to get that right, you know.
Right.
Now here's an interesting thing that really only DeLorean owners might pick this up. So this is the inner door seal, okay? And if you're a DeLorean owner and you look at this, you're going to be like, you know what? That's accurate. Because a lot of them are kind of misaligned at the point where they come together.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was intentional, but
that's one of the things I like about the Eagle Moss. Is because you build it, the panels aren't aligned.
okay, right?
And a lot of the models, the models are too perfect.
Right, right.
In terms of the alignment.
Yes.
Which makes the car look new and sort of sterile in a way.
Right.
It looks like it just rolled off the production line.
Yep.
Whereas, every DeLorean, even when they came off the production line, had panel gaps and misaligned this and misaligned that. And hopefully they've managed to recreate that in some of the body lines. Makes it look more accurate for me.
Yes. Yes. No, I agree. I mean, they're off to a good start. All right, look at this. Interesting shots. A little bit grainy on the photos here. So they may just be zoomed in little details of some of the other photos. But look at the FSR. That looks pretty cool. Man, and the switch.
Yeah.
The keypad. The shift knob, everything looks really good. The AC control panel here looks really nice. And whatever these are in the back of the behind the seats there. Yeah, and here's a shot.
I think from what I'm seeing in these pictures, they've nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to nitpick.
Right.
But on the whole, I think we could be looking at one of the most accurate models on the market.
Yeah, this is crazy. Even the radio with a little tape deck, they got that detail in there. Really nice. Just the lettering here on the radio.
Okay. That last shot that you showed of the close-up of the time circuits.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah. That the clarity in those letters is amazing.
It is. It is.
I do still think it's backlit.
You're probably right.
But they do ordinarily. You can't read. It's a representation of the time circuits. You can't read. What's on them.
Right.
So to be able to see that and read the letters is amazing.
And I was trying to find another photo to see if the numbers, like the dates and stuff, are different, but I'm not finding anything. So it says 19. The red is 1885, then you have 1955, then you have 1985. Yep. You don't have 2015 though, so that's the thing. There should have a 2015 on here since this is a Back to the Future Part 2. Another little nitpick.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the circuits from the end of the movie?
Could be. The end of Back to the Future Part 2?
2, yeah.
Could be, yeah. Didn't think about that. 1885, right? So maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, look at the detail on the stickers on the switches there. I mean, they are.
Oh yeah. I mean, they really went all out on this thing.
Yeah.
Went all
100%.
out. Yeah, that's amazing. And those leather seats, oh man, they look better than my car. I'll tell you that much. Looks better than my 1-to-1 scale.
I mean, they've even got a leather shift boot.
Yes, they do. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, I like the FSR. That's the next thing I'm gonna buy for my DeLorean. My one scale DeLorean is the FSR. I gotta get that. The plutonium gauges. TFC switch. I'm gonna get that as well. That's in progress. I was about to buy those, and then this came out, and I'm like, oh great. I gotta spend money on this thing. You know, those time machine props are not cheap. I'll tell you that one. The 1-to-1 scale stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
God,
that.
yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
That
and they
flux capacitor in that shot looks a little odd.
Yeah. It looks like the window's too big, right?
Yeah. It looks great from the front on picture.
Yeah.
But when you see it from the side, you can see that it's a lit piece of plastic that's lit from behind.
Yeah. Are you talking about like this shot or?
Hang on, let me just see. There's one where you can see it face on. I think it's the group. Yeah, so if you go back to the logoed shot with the 4 pictures, you can see the flux capacitor from the front.
Oh,
it looks
right,
great there. It looks great there, but when you see it from the side, you can see it lit. The plastic's lit. I mean, again, but that's just me being picky. It still looks great.
No, it does. It looks great. It looks really good. It's not, well, so the flux capacitor itself, the lighting inside needs to be like a lower color temperature, like a softer white versus a bluish color.
Yeah.
So there's that, right? But, you know, this looks pretty cool.
Again,
I kind of like this.
Picky.
Yeah, very, very picky. You know, we have to be, though. That's our job, right? We have to be picky.
Well, we all know that you're picky after the the Hot Toys Part 3 wheels debacle.
Oh man, very picky. People are messaging me. My buddy Edwin, who owns a 1-to-1 time machine, he asked me if I was going to get the proper hubcaps for it because somebody has made them.
Oh, most definitely.
And I was like, yeah, maybe, but that's only half the problem. The tires are too small. You know, the whole thing just needs to be redone. You know, and I told him, I go, look. So I sent that back, and I got my new one. I haven't opened it yet. And I don't know that I will, to be quite honest. I may sell that to fund this.
Right.
You know, at least one of the ones I'm going to buy. Because when it's all said and done, you know, I don't know. Let's not talk about Hot Toys. Let's talk about this.
No.
Let's talk
about
this. Hey, what is
Hot
this?
Hot Toys is in the past.
Exactly. No pun intended, right? Back to the Future Time Machine features. Look at this really interesting little this sheet here that I guess comes with it, maybe. Motorized LED wheels, interior details and wiring depiction. Front wheel steering, stereo. I'm trying to pick up on any other items, any features that they left out.
Well, it says motorized wheels, so
yeah,
you know, it won't just be a mechanism that releases.
Right.
So I'll be interested to see how that happens.
This is cool. This reminds me of the Tomy, what they did with the Tomy. So they're showing off the dimensions here. Oh, look at this one. Magnetic automatic door, magnet module, automatic window, rear LED lights, underside lights. Oh, look at the underside lights. That looks cool. Hopefully we'll get some close-ups of that. Motorized LED wheels, steerable front wheels, controlled by the steering wheel. Dude, that is so cool. Oh, look at this. Man, they've got blueprints of the DeLorean, the interior, like the frame and some of the like the steering column, steering wheel. This is pretty neat. I'm liking this a lot.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, very neat.
The fact that they've managed to make the wheels motorized and steerable.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So in these blueprints, the front wheels are actually smaller than the rear wheels, so that's a good sign. You can kind of tell just by looking at this, right, where the thing, where everything lines up. So in some of the photos, though, it does look a little bit like they they used the rear wheels are the same size wheels. Although right here in this photo, you can see there's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean that has to be a prototype issue. You know, if they released the model where the wheels were all the same size, it would look odd.
Well, it looks like we've gone through all the photos. Let me just double
Yeah,
check. There was another photo. They didn't really show a larger photo of the underside. They show it right here. So, man, I need to zoom in on that. You can see the lighting from the wheels. It's not very bright, the underside lights. It's bright in the rear here in this photo, but I'm wondering if they're animated lights, like they pulse potentially, and maybe that's, yeah,
that'd be cool if they do.
that would be cool. I'm liking the underside here, the undercarriage here. This looks pretty cool from what I can see. Hopefully they'll show more of what's going on here in the video that they're going to release
In the
here.
video.
Yeah.
I think the video is going to answer a lot of questions.
So if you're joining us and you want to order this thing and you're in the US, you need to go to blitzwayusa.com. If you are not in the US, you need to go to blitzwayglobal.com. There's a big difference, though, in the pricing, because if you're not in the US, apparently shipping is very expensive. For one model, it's over $300.
Well, it was to the UK.
For the UK, okay. And
Yeah.
it could be similar to other countries as well, depending on, I guess, where they have to go.
I would imagine so.
So if it's shipping from China, UK would be probably an extreme case. That might be farthest away.
Yeah, I mean, I've received models from China with free shipping, so
Okay.
you know that that worries me that that's quite high.
Yes.
You know, the Tomy was nowhere near that.
Right.
So yeah, that leads me to, you know, I was ready to type in my information.
Yes. Yes.
But when I saw that, I think I'll wait until the UK ones come live, and I'll try and order one that's already been imported and not have to pay the extra shipping.
Looks like they've added the photos to the Blitzway USA site as well. So you have the same photos there that you have on the global site. One of the things I did notice too about the free shipping across the contiguous United States. So that excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and any U.S. Territories. So there would be, so that tells you that they probably are shipping from their California location for the U.S. sales, and probably from their China.
That fits with the amount of money for the shipping to the UK as well, especially if it's a heavy model in what would be a large box.
Right. So yeah, I'm curious as to. Okay, so it's. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. That doesn't seem right to me. So I try to order more than 2 on the global site, and it's telling me I can only purchase up to 5. So that must be a typo. Because I know folks are going to want to buy more than one. That just goes without saying, right?
5. You can purchase up to 5. Okay.
So, but unfortunately, yeah, you can't order up to 5. It looks like it's just 2.
Right.
So if I were to order, let's just go through the motion here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's see here. Secure your order with a non-refundable deposit, $100. They don't mention if that's in U.S. dollars or not, but I'm assuming it is. And now let me just put my country in here, UK. Well, you have to enter a proper shipping address for that.
Yeah, I mean, I might try that. It might be. I can't imagine it's cheaper if you order it via the US site as opposed to global.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens.
Well, I'm on the global site right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, well, that'll be the same.
Yeah, so you got Australia, China, France. So all these countries here is where they will ship to. So in order to determine what the shipping would need to be, you would have to enter a proper address in here as well. So, but
I'd just like to give a shout out to my friend Danny Gardner, who's just messaged me on Facebook to say that he's pulled the trigger.
All right. Yeah, have him tune in and have him join the chat.
He's watching. He's watching live.
All right, perfect. So Johnny's Hobbies is saying $200 for shipping. That's not the case. Does the red indicate that it's die-cast? Does the red indicate that it's die-cast? Well, I think the weight indicates that it's going to be die-cast. A 30-pound box, complete, right? 30 pounds shipping package. The vehicle itself, 9 kilograms, 18, almost 20 pounds of the vehicle. And the base itself is like over 2 pounds. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, the base has to be beefy to hold the weight of the car. So I would imagine that the base is probably metal, and certainly the outer stainless panels, if that's the way they've built the model, would be metal.
Right.
Plastic underbody, plastic front and rear fascias. Pretty much the same as the real car.
I like how they got the stance like perfect. The wheels look proper with respect to the rest of the vehicle. On the Hot Toys, the wheels seem to be a little bit bigger than they should have been. A little larger. They weren't obviously accurate, but just the overall size relative to the car, they seemed a little on the bigger side. This looks right to me right here.
That looks right, that picture. The front wheel's definitely smaller than the rears on that shot.
Yep.
Unlike the others.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me to wonder if these are, computer generated to a certain degree or photoshopped, touched up. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, well, again, the video that's coming out in 2 hours will answer those questions. If it is, a video demonstrating the car rather than just some glamour shots. Yeah,
like a slideshow. Yeah. We don't need that. We already got a slideshow going on right now.
We got that already.
Oh man, yeah. This is quite the detailed piece. I mean, this is like, man, and I know we're nitpicking stuff, and okay, so let's look at this shot. So when I'm looking at the hover shot here, the wheels in the back. Obviously, the wheels in the front, I feel like they're sticking out a little too much. What do you think?
From that shot, yes. But there's the hover shot from the rear. They don't look as bad as they do in that one from the front. So that in that shot there, they don't look too bad. But then it's a dark shot, so it's difficult to tell. But I've got to say, they do look like they stick out a bit far. Yeah,
a little bit. And you have the same thing going on here, the same issue where you see like part of the wheel hub, the wheel itself, right? Kind of protruding outward, right?
Yeah.
In the front here, the front wheel.
And what I will say in that shot, the front tire doesn't look like it's on the hub properly.
Right.
So again, that might be a prototype.
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't look too bad, but it does appear to me that the wheels also should be a bit higher, right? If you look at the bottom edge of this tire here, that needs to be up closer to the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
Right?
That's extremely difficult in a model where the whole tire rotates, which is what I alluded to earlier with the Kids Logic, where the whole wheel was replaced.
Yeah.
You took the wheel off, the round wheel off, and you put a sort of 3/4 half wheel in to create the hover function.
Yeah.
And that looked way better because they could literally lose almost half the wheel to tuck it in.
Yeah.
To the wheel arch. Whereas when you're rotating the entire wheel, there's only so many places you can put the wheel. So it has to be outside of the car to allow that to happen. And I think that's what the case is here, where the wheel's going to rotate and it has to go down to be able to tuck in. And this is what you're left with. You're left with a wheel which is slightly too far out and slightly too low.
Right. Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
It's probably the best they could do with the design that they had, where the whole wheel rotates as opposed to the wheel coming off and replacing it.
Right. Yeah, hopefully they will improve on that like Hot Toys did with theirs. before they start shipping these things out.
Mm.
Because the rear doesn't look as bad as the front. The front just looks really off to me. When you look at the fender line here, and you look at where the wheel actually sits, it's pretty low, and it's pretty far out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that of all the pictures that that are on the website, that's the one you're looking at now is the one that shows those wheels in the best way, but it still doesn't look accurate.
Right.
You know, until we see it in better light, hopefully in the video, then maybe it might not look as bad. Maybe this is a prototype and they have fixed it. Hopefully the one in the video will be the final production version.
Right.
But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they'll fix it.
So Ears in the chat points out something good as well, that once again we don't have the Goodyear logo on the tires. The Goodyear GT, yeah, Eagle GTs, yeah.
They do. You can get the water slide decals for the Hot Wheels, so I would imagine that they'll fit with the same scale.
Yeah, hopefully. Of course, the Hot Toys tires, I think, might be a little on the larger side. They might make one specifically for these. Now, you know, I'm looking at the profile on the tires. I feel like the profile on the rear tires is a little too short, a little too low here. It needs to be a little bit bigger, because the tires in the rear of the DeLorean are quite a bit beefier than the front tires. The front tires are very low profile, but in the rear, especially this shot here, looks a little too low profile to me.
Yeah. But you can see there in that shot that the rears are deeper dished than the ones in the front.
Yeah, for sure. This shot here,
So,
there is a big difference. Yeah,
yeah.
You're right. Here's another one. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
Again, wait for the video.
Yeah.
See if it is the production one that they show, and hopefully some of these nitpicky issues may have been addressed. But on the whole, I mean, we're really clutching at straws here to find stuff wrong, because on the whole, that model is amazing.
It is. It is absolutely amazing.
You know, when I got the Tomy, I thought that was going to be the peak.
Right.
And then, you know, I mean, this thing, I mean, it blows the Tomy out of the water.
Absolutely.
If you take away the effects that the Tomy has.
Yep.
You know, so just when you thought you'd hit peak model accuracy, Blitzway go and blitz it.
They blitz it. Yep. Yep. You know, and I'm not, you know, I'm getting better at recognizing inaccuracies and accuracies for the Back to the Future parts of the DeLorean. Like, for example, the flux boxes, I don't think are the right color. The clamps here, I think, are supposed to be purple or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Purple. Yeah, the ones that connect to the body.
Right.
The P clips, we call them in the UK. I don't know what they call them in the States,
Okay.
but yeah, they should be purple. There's a metal part to it with a purple rubber insert. But I mean, that may be purple. It's difficult to tell in these pictures because it would be really small.
And the tires are, so Vinny Cork is asking about the tires being plastic. I think they said they were PVC, so yes, they are plastic. They're not going to be rubber. That would have been cool, but can't have it all.
No.
Yeah, we are getting the diecast, so we can't complain. You know, we can't complain.
I think we're getting a lot with this model. I think the fact that they've put plastic tires on is, you know, forgivable.
Right.
Especially at $999.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And a Q4 2025 ship date. That's pretty ambitious. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, they've said it now. You know, there's going to be problems if they don't.
Yeah.
Especially when they're taking deposits.
Right.
It's different if it's just this is coming and it's Q4.
Yeah.
And then you get to Q4 and then it's like Q1 the following year. But when you actually pay money, they really have to hit that.
That's true. That's true. So one of the questions in the chat is Blitzway known to make improvements this late in the process? So we only have 2 vehicles to go off of, and I don't have them, so I don't know. I'm hoping they will at least address some of the larger ones that we pointed out. The clamps on the side, if they're purple or not, I don't care. The wheels in the right position in hover mode, I do care about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. There's things to worry about and things not to worry about.
Right. Right.
What I will say about Blitzway is I did see a couple of videos on the Ecto models where the quality control wasn't as good as it could be. There was one I saw where the Ghostbusters logo on the door was crooked.
Okay.
It wasn't straight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whether that's that was only on one video that I saw, so I don't know whether that's indicative of the rest of the stuff
right
that Blitzway do, but there's no logos on the car, so there's no stickers for them to get in wrong places. But we'll wait and see until I'm surprised that at this stage that they haven't given access to the model to YouTubers.
Right.
I know that they're not shipping until Q4, but other than the video that they're going to release prior to a pre-order, I would expect to have seen some reviewer to at least have a look at it in a case at a show.
Something.
Like they did with the Hot Toys. We got that shot of the Hot Toys car at the Comic-Con. I think it was about a year before they even announced that it was coming out.
Right.
And they showed it with the figures.
Yes, I remember that.
So I'm surprised that we haven't at least had that.
Yeah, last year at San Diego Comic-Con, there was hardly any DeLorean anywhere. I looked, nothing. I was kind of hoping, Sideshow hasn't been appearing at San Diego Comic-Con for the past couple years. So they would be the ones to have it. I was kind of hoping somebody would have the Mark III to look at, and it was a no-show. So that's coming up in July, and I'll be there myself. So hopefully they'll have that. But since they are so close, I might just drive over and say, "Hey,
knock on the door.
Can I take a look at this thing?" I mean, I'm obviously going to reach out to them first,
They
but
can only say no.
Right, I'm going to do that. I already reached out to them today. I wanted to make sure that U.S. folks had to go to the U.S. site and everybody else had to go to the global site. They didn't get back to me, but I assumed as much. Right, I just wanted to make sure. But I am going to reach out to them. I think they even have a phone number on their website. I can just call them up and pay them a visit. And if they've got the prototype, maybe we can do a little dog and pony on it.
Yeah, film it.
Film it
when you go over there.
Oh yeah, no, I'll bring various cameras and we'll have a fun. Maybe we'll even get a little tour of whatever it is they have over there. So let's see what happens, right? So yeah, if not, we've got San Diego Comic-Con coming up in July. That should help a little bit. I'm trying to remember Blitzway being at Comic-Con. I think they have a booth. They had a booth. I don't know that I paid much attention to it because they probably just had stuff that I'm not really that interested in.
Yeah.
Really, the only booth that I was interested in over there was, I think it's something entertainment. Fan entertainment booth where they had the flux capacitor and the time circuits display.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nuts for them to have a booth there and not have this car there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, as a side, that shot you just brought up there with the doors, they look a little higher there in terms of being open.
Yeah, they do.
Than they did in that
higher.
other shot.
You're right. Good eye. In fact, this one looks a little higher than that one. So it's like my car. Not quite, it has to do with the struts. Once the struts...
Sometimes they go all the way up, sometimes they don't.
Right. Yeah. If it's cold out, you got to push them up a little bit. If the struts are going, and they're starting to sag, because the driver's side will actually start sagging before the passenger side, because you get a lot more usage.
Right. And that does look like that in that photo.
Yep.
The driver's door does look a little lower.
It looks a little lower. So one might argue that that's actually an accurate feature. That's accurate.
By accident, probably.
By accident. But you're right. That does look, proper there. The height of the doors. Because if you look at where this door panel is right here, and it's kind of dark on this side, but where the passenger is, that's well above the windshield line. But when you look at some of the other photos, like this one even, right? The photos like here, you can kind of tell this one's not too bad, but I think some of the other photos we saw was pretty low, right? Like this one here, definitely, that angle right here. You can see that angle right here compared to this shot. There's a difference, right? This is a little higher.
I reckon we've got a mix of pictures here. We've got some, I reckon the ones that were released 2 days ago were of the prototype.
Right.
I think the ones that we've got today are a mixture of prototype and final production.
Right.
Mainly because of the size of the wheels. The size of the wheels in those prototype pictures, the front and rear look the same.
Yes.
Whereas in these shots, the front and rear are definitely different.
Yes.
So I think it's difficult to get a complete sense of what the final model is going to be like when you're seeing different stages of production from different angles. So again, hopefully that video, if it is a full video, not just a slideshow, will show the final production model and we can get a full look of what we're actually going to get.
Right. All right, everybody. Yeah. So Russ, thanks a lot, man, for jumping on with us here.
No problem. Anytime.
I know it's late in the UK. And chat, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and pause the stream. We'll be back in about an hour and 10, maybe an hour and 5. Give it a little buffer and take a look at the video that Blitzway is going to be premiering at 8 p.m. PST. So come on back in about an hour and 5 minutes. We'll still be here. All right, Russ.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining. All right, we are back. Anyone know if the dashboard is illuminated? Can't really tell in the pics. It looked illuminated to me. There was a photo. There it is. The dash is lit. It is lit. It's kind of dim, but the dash is absolutely lit. And you can see that right in there. It's kind of dark. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, you can kind of see that right there. So the dash is lit. The beacons are lit. They got that. Hot Toys got that too. So not at 20 pounds. It's definitely not all plastic. No, it is absolutely die cast. The body panels, at least, right, are die cast. There's probably some additional metal parts on the inside, but the stainless steel, quote-unquote, body panels, they're die cast. There's no way this thing has plastic body panels and it weighs over 20 pounds. So it's going to be a die cast beast is what this thing is going to be. And I know Russ and I earlier pointed out some of the sort of inaccuracies. I'm willing to bet most people are just going to overlook that stuff once they see this thing in person and once they get a feel for it, right? I mean, 20 pounds of 1/6 scale goodness is what we're talking about. So, that said, we are going to head on over to Blitzway's website. Well, not their website, but their YouTube channel. And check out this video that they've got premiering here in about 6 minutes. Really curious to see if they're going to give us more to chew on with this thing. If you guys had tuned in a little earlier, Russ and I were talking about this video here. And hopefully they'll give us what we want. I'll hit the like button. So they do have a live chat. Looking forward to it. All right. So thanks for your patience, guys. The 1+ hour break that we had to do. Russ had to leave. He's on UK time, and it is like right now it's close to 3 a.m. over there. And but he was a sport, and he joined us on the live stream, so that's cool. So we'll be definitely bringing Russ on in future live streams as well. So we may do some more on this one. We'll have to see. But one of the things that I would like to do, and Russ and I have kind of talked about it before, is like a video tour of his collection. And maybe it's not a live tour, but like a recorded tour, and we can present that on the channel. So that's definitely something they're going to work towards. And hopefully, maybe this year. You know, he's got a pretty awesome collection. He's got over 600 individual models. I don't know that we would be able to go through every single one of them. It may be a video series, or it may just be a quick, like, here's all the videos. Here's the Hot Wheels over here. Here's all the larger scale models over there. Here's the Back to the Future stuff. Here's the stock DeLorean stuff. Whatever, that kind of thing. We'll see what happens. All right, is this thing going to start? Yeah, no mention of a Marty or Doc figure. They got the hoverboard, so that's kind of a little hint that we may get a Marty or a Doc. Free shipping, no mention of Marty or Doc. The Hot Toys Doc had a terrible facial expression. You know what? Blitzway has some pretty awesome figures. I saw the Bruce Lee figure. It looked pretty good. I don't know if it was with... there's another studio that they're working with on some of this stuff. I can't remember the name of it, but... what scale is NECA? NECA's a little smaller. I don't think it's a 1/6 scale. It fits... I think you can... I think you can fit the NECA figures in the Eagle Moss or the Tomy. I don't remember. I don't have those. I did have the NECA DeLorean, and then I ended up returning because I was so disappointed at how terrible that turned out. So Emmett got 2 on Blitzway USA. Hey, congrats, man. It seems too good to be true. I know this does see. So Decadent Dave is saying it seems too good to be true. It kind of feels like it is. It's already 8 o'clock, so let's check this out. Come on. Here we go, guys. Oh, wow. This is pretty cool. Oh, man. There you go. Woo! That is sick. SID. Oh, look at that. That is nice. Oh, look, the doors going up, guys. We gonna go back down? Come on. Oh, that was cool. So let's turn the volume down a little bit so I can kind of hear myself talk. It's pretty loud. So they didn't show the doors going down. This video, I don't know how long this video is. All right, this is cool. I mean, we're getting some actual video here. Russ and I were a little concerned that this was just going to be a slideshow. All right, that looks like it, guys. So it's literally just a teaser. So we're going to have to go back over this video. Pre-order now, okay. Been there, done that. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that. Let's put it at reduced speed here. Playback. Let's go to like 0.2 and then just kind of back this up a little bit. Look at that. Look at the undercarriage on this thing too. Yeah, the front wheels are definitely smaller. Oh, look at the animation. Oh, that is awesome. Look at that. That's cool. Not too unlike the Hot Toys. I gotta go back. We gotta go. We gotta watch this again. So look at the lighting in the wheels. Okay. And action. Look at that. That is pretty cool. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think? Oh, their Facebook page has some video snippets, including using the hover the magnet hoverboard to open the doors. Oh wow. Okay, so the hoverboard acts like a sensor that can be used to do certain things. Let me rephrase. The official Back to the Future store will allow you to make installment payments via shop rather than having to pay out the entire thing come shipping time. It's amazing. Okay. This is pretty cool. That reminds me of that scene in the movie where the wheels were going back up, and when they got to 2015 and they were going to park or land the DeLorean in future Hill Valley. Let's see here. That's pretty cool. Look at that. This is going to be sweet. So all of this has to be done on the stand, obviously. So you don't want to place this on a table and try to put it in the hover mode. It could break potentially. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so the SID, that's kind of neat. And, you know, it would have been cool if you had gotten like the individual LED strips to light up. But hey, you know what? That's not bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's way better than what we got with the Hot Toys. That flux capacitor, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty awesome. Look at that. And you got the doors going up. Now this is reduced speed. And look at the door lights on that thing. That is cool. That is cool. Look at the headlights. They're correct. They're the correct color temperature. And the wheels turn. The wheels look pretty good. In certain photos they had, the wheels in the front look a little too deep dish. But those ones look okay. Those ones look fine. And we've seen this before. Alright, what else we got here? Okay, well that's just a scrolling photo. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The lighting back here looks really nice. People are going to be dumping their Hot Toys on eBay now. You know what? I wouldn't doubt that. You know, they're going for a lot. I was looking at eBay the other day, and the Mark II, since you can't really get them on Sideshow or anything, they're going for a lot right now. Not as much as the Mark I's did way back before the Mark II's came out. Those were going for like 3,000, between 3,000 and 4,000 if I remember correctly, for like sealed units. Length 29.2 inches. Hey chat, what is the length of the Hot Toys 1/6 scale? I was informed, I think on Denobi's channel, that this is a full inch longer body-wise than the Hot Toys. So it's a proper 1/6 scale. Apparently the Hot Toys was not a proper 1/6 scale. Can't Blitzway just make a 1-to-1 scale? You know, I was wondering why they just didn't go with like a quarter scale. That would have been cool, because I think either they or another company had made some quarter scale models. I wish they could get rid of this so we can see a little bit more. Anyway, it's pretty cool though. Taillights look good. You know me, I'm always all over those tail lights, right? So that's pretty cool. Look at that. You know, this is kind of the lighting's. You know, the lights are on back here. But when the lights are off, the tail lights, the amber sections look pretty good. So, look at that. Let's take a look at this thing. That looks cool. I mean, the fascias, they got the fascias down. The fascia paint. The stainless steel looks really good. I mean, that is very nice. You can tell they really put a lot of effort into getting this right. You know? Rub strip along the car. So I'm obviously looking at all the DeLorean details. The only thing that they are missing here, the logo type here in the bumper, those are raised. Those are not supposed to be raised. They're supposed to be inset. So hopefully they'll address it. If not, then it is what it is. Like I always say. But this is pretty cool. Let's take a look at the undercarriage again. I really like this. This is pretty nice. So there's the lighting inside the wheels, and it looks good. It looks bright, you know. I wonder how it's going to look in the dark. So they obviously have some light shining like underneath this thing, so that interferes with how much light you're going to see from the wheels. I just checked Sideshow, and the Mark II is back, available to open waitlist. That's kind of interesting. I'm guessing people canceled their waitlist reservation, opening more back up, all probably because of this. So I didn't know Sideshow. I didn't know the Mark II Hot Toys. Do you mean the Mark III? Because I thought the Mark II was long sold out. Marty DMC. PCS made quarter scale statues. That's kind of what I was hoping Blitzway would do when I found out they were making one. But they initially announced that they were doing a 1/6 scale. So 1/4. Oh man, that would be cool. And it really wouldn't be, this monster car, because the DeLorean's not a very big car. So quarter scale. I don't know how big a quarter scale DeLorean Time Machine would be compared to, say, a 6 scale Ecto 1. I mean, Ecto 1, that hearse, that thing is a monster car. It dwarfs the DeLorean, 1/1 scale, right? So if they came out with a quarter scale DeLorean, it wouldn't be this giant monster thing, I would think. But I don't know. I really want to see a quarter scale DeLorean Time Machine. I really want to see one. Jay Leno won't fit in it. All right. Well, Jay Leno, he doesn't like DeLoreans. He doesn't like John DeLorean, but he is helping DeLorean owners indirectly, as you may have noticed in one of our last videos. At least it's 88% approved by DeLoreanTECH. That's good enough for me. Yes, 88%. Gonna have to get those Mike Lane Goodyear tire decals. Yes, that's Vinny saying that we need to get those. I agree. That's icing on the cake. I wonder if there's anything else this would need, right? Now, what if the Mr. Fusion and the whole setup back there was removable, right? That would be cool. That would be, I don't know how the licensing works. Like if they'd be able to have the plutonium chamber underneath, I don't know. They're marketing this as a Part 2 car, but you remember this car, the Mark II, appeared in Back to the Future Part 1 first. All right, so Decadent Dave, I had the Mark II on waitlist from Sideshow, just canceled mine. Wow, so Mark II had a waitlist, so they were making more. Interesting. I mean the Mark II on Sideshow for Hot Toys, right. I did not know that there was a pending waitlist for the Mark II on Sideshow. That's really going to kill the resale, the secondary market for the Hot Toys Mark II, if they were planning on releasing more units in the wake of the Blitzway Mark II. Waitlist is back to open. All right, Marty, thanks for that. Paul, Vinny, yeah, and maybe his carpets mods. Yeah, he's, that guy, that Lane Mods guy, he's got so much good stuff on there. I haven't actually purchased anything from him, but he's got a lot of impressive stuff. I don't know how much he would actually need to do with this one, but the reality is that there's always going to be something, right? Quarter scale DeLorean would be Ecto 1 big. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you did the math and measured the DeLorean as quarter scale and put that up against an Ecto 1/6 scale, they might be kind of in the same ballpark. Are you sure the wheels are lighting up? Yeah, the wheels are lighting up. I mean, you can see it, right? I mean, at least it looks like they're lighting up to me. I mean, yeah, they look like they're lighting up. So you don't see a lot of light emanating from here, but again, it's because they have lighting coming from underneath to take this video. Not too late to add a remote. Yeah, you know what? Why not? But I think the hoverboard sort of acts like a makeshift remote for this thing. You're going to be able to use the hoverboard, apparently, to do that. Now, the wheels light up individually. Yes, they do. So apparently their Facebook page has some stuff. Why don't we just take a look at that? We'll go to Blitzway on their Facebook and see what other videos they have, if they have any videos. So I would like to see what we're talking about here. All right. Oh, look at this. Okay, yeah, we gotta put this out there, guys. So, there is more here. Oh man. All right, Blitzway, promo special item magnet hoverboard. Point 1, door window, right? Point 2, gull wing door. And point 3, 4 wheels. So you can actually use it to turn this into the hover car. That is pretty cool. I really like that. Hey, thanks chat for pointing this out. I'll play this video again. That is pretty cool. I like it. Alright, so we're going to kill the audio on this thing. So there's the hoverboard. So that's the promotional item. And let's check this out. That's cool. So I wonder what you got to do differently. I guess you point it at a different location. So if you point it at the window, it opens up the window. If you point it at the door, it opens up the door. So like maybe the door handle, right? You can kind of touch it there. Oh, the base. Okay, so you actually touch the hoverboard to the base. Look at that. That's so cool. And they light up. They totally light up. You just saw the lights turn on. That's cool. That's very cool. Now this video, I can't rewind it, so we're just going to have to let it run. Hey, chat, what do you guys think about this video on how to use the hoverboard to activate these 3 magnetic motorized points? That's pretty cool. So Marty DMC is meeting. He's got the heart. Okay, let's see here. Carpets. Are you just as disappointed as I am that the gull wing doors don't open the whole way up? Yes. It does not look like they actually open up all the way. But there was a photo that did show them up all the way, at least from the rear. Now, I don't know if that was an actual photo of the car, if it was more of like a photoshopped render. Some of those photos look a little too, like, computer generated, I guess. I don't know. High on figures. I'm a bit disappointed the gull wing doors don't make that proper sound. You know what? Maybe they will. I don't know. They don't really show it here in this video. And in the previous video, what did they show? Yes, they showed the doors opening up. Maybe they will, though. That would be cool. And that's the if you guys watch my videos, you know I'm crazy about that sound. Okay, and I'll just leave it at that. Let's see here. Jay, swole up. Has anyone confirmed if the body is metal? I'm about 88% certain that the body will be die-cast. Now, if you look at the fact that they've said it's going to be die-cast, they didn't say the stainless steel panels will be die-cast, but they said this car will be die-cast, and that it weighs over 20 pounds, about 20 pounds. There's no other way you're going to be able to get that. If you lift up, not even the Eagle Moss weighs 20 pounds. Not even the Eagle Moss weighs 20 pounds, and that has die-cast body panels, among a bunch of other stuff. But there's no way this thing's going to weigh 20 pounds and not be die-cast. So I'm about 88% certain on that one. Decadent Dave, but repelling magnets on the base. I'll put repelling magnets on the base and make the hoverboard float. Yes, I agree. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And kind of have it float. I don't know if it'd be possible to have it float next to the car, you know, and then put Marty on it. I don't know. Anyway, wishful thinking on that. It looks like the Hot Toys version was 28.35 inches. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the other video. And here we go. And I think they had, well, you know what? They don't show it in that video. Let's see here. Or did they? Oh, yeah. 29.2. So The Blitzway is 29.2 and the Hot Toys was 28.35. So almost an inch. Almost an inch. I wonder if the other dimensions, I'm assuming the other dimensions as well, like the height slightly higher and wider as well. Once we get this, we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison. So I ain't gonna put my Hot Toys Mark II up on eBay just yet. I'm going to need it. I don't think I actually will. I'm gonna keep it. One of the things I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna ditch my Mark III. I mentioned earlier in the live stream with Russ that I haven't even opened my replacement yet. I'm thinking about just throwing it up on eBay and seeing what happens. So I don't know yet. We'll see. Chat, what do you guys think I should do? Get rid of the Mark III? I could use the proceeds to fund this, right? So I've already placed my pre-order, but it's just a deposit right now, $79 per. I picked up two. Okay, I picked up two. And I mean, because why not, right? I was expecting to pay $2,500 for just one, and probably several $100s just to ship it. Free shipping, $9.99 a piece, and deposit's only $79. So not bad. How much does it cost for pre-order? So it's $79 down, $9.99 total, free shipping. They haven't said anything about tax yet, so we don't know. Video further down the Facebook page that plays a motor sound for the door. Oh, man. Now, is it the motor sound that the car makes, that the motor itself in the car makes, or is it the sound effect? I guess we'll find out. Let's go check it out. Let's go to their Let's go back to the Facebook page, guys. Oh, look at this. Okay, so I don't know that we saw this. At least I don't remember seeing this. Okay, let's turn up the volume. Okay, so it does make a motorized sound. You can kind of hear it. All right, let's play that again. So, okay, well, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but the motorized sound, I mean, that's to be expected, but we need the sound effect. We need the door opening sound effect, okay? And here's the other thing, too, and chat, help me out on this, too. I don't think there is a video yet of the doors closing automatically like they said they would on their website. So maybe we should go back to their website and see if they updated that. Now, let's check it out. All right, let's see here. So if you go to the product specifications on this thing, gull-wing doors and windows operated by magnets, so they don't say if it goes up and down. I think that might have been over here in the description. Let's see here. Automatic doors and windows. Using the included magnet, activate the magnet sensors within the door handle, enabling the Time Machine's iconic gull-wing doors to open and close automatically. Open and close automatically. There it is. There it is, guys. They open and close automatically. So they have not shown that yet, right? Yes, we need the Back to the Future gull-wing sound. I think it's just the frame that's metal, not the entire car. Look at image number 2 on the Blitzway, 42 on the Blitzway site. I don't know. So no freebie for you is saying that the entire car, when you say that not the entire car, do you mean the stainless steel body panels? Those should be die-cast. Now, here's the thing. The DeLorean, okay, a real DeLorean, the chassis, the body part of it is actually plastic. It's actually fiberglass. Okay? I say plastic because that's what we nickname it. But it's actually a fiberglass underbody with just stainless steel skin. Okay, the only true actual stainless steel structure on the car are the doors. They're completely stainless steel. But everything else is literally just something that you just bolt right on the car. You could take all of the stainless steel off of a real DeLorean and still drive that thing around. It looked weird. It looked like a weird Fiero. That's what they kind of look like without the body panels. But you could drive that thing around. So if they're using plastic, the ABS or the PVC or whatever, and they mention what the materials are actually. Down here, I believe. At least I thought they had the materials listed on here. Oh yeah, ABS and PVC. They're using that for things like the pontoons or the interior, where the doors are at, the structure on that side where, sort of behind the doors, you can kind of see the fiberglass underbody. It's exposed in various areas of the car. The pontoons in the back, the engine compartment, you can see the fiberglass underbody. If that's plastic, that makes sense. It's not going to be metal because the actual car's underbody is actually not metal. It is not steel. The frame itself is steel, right? But you're probably not going to see that in here. In fact, in some of the photos, they did show sort of what the car it actually looks like from the inside. So, and we can take a look at that. Let's go ahead and see that right here. Okay, let's get to the schematic, the blueprints. There it is. So this is what the model itself, right, looks like on the inside. So this is not supposed to be representative of what a DeLorean has. Okay, so DeLorean frame, and I'm pointing to this sort of this plan view here of the top. The frame of a DeLorean. If you guys who have put together the Eagle Moss, you guys know what it looks like, right? It's like a Y shape, a double Y shaped frame. This is actually what this car, I'm assuming, has within. Okay, so I'm assuming that piece right here, the bottom part, this bottom plate, is going to be, well, it's hard to say. It could be plastic. I don't know. Some of these parts are probably metal. Some are probably plastic. You don't really show the underbody, and I'm assuming it's because they probably just don't have it. If you put together the Eagle Moss, that thing has a full-on underbody, and it's very DeLorean accurate, right? The thing about the Eagle Moss is you really don't see a lot of what you ultimately put into the car. It just becomes hidden, right? You can reveal stuff like the engine compartment. Now, this is not going to be at that level of detail. There's no way, right? And it really doesn't kind of need to be. It'd be cool if they, had an engine compartment that you could access, right? But it's not going to happen, and I don't think it's going to hurt anyone on that. So, all right, chat. So what do you guys think about that? Hot Toys is the new Hasbro. Speaking of Hasbro, and this is a totally unconfirmed rumor, but apparently Hasbro may be coming out with their own 6-scale DeLorean Time Machine as well. So that is an unverified rumor that someone on the channel relayed to me. I guess I wouldn't be surprised, and maybe it'll be a Mark 1, maybe it'll be a Back to the Future Part 1 car. I don't know, but that would be interesting. And I wonder if it's going to be like one of those crowdsourced things from Hasbro. Is it Hasbro Labs? I can't remember. But anyway, that's a rumor. Don't put any weight on that. I'm not a Mark III fan. I'm not either. The body is plastic. I can't wait for the unboxing reviews. Same here. I can't wait to get mine. Please refer to their blueprint pics for those diecast parts. All right, so the blueprint pics. Now, if it, yeah, red. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even know that. Notice that. It says the red highlights indicate diecast metal parts. Okay. All right, guys. So, what about the stainless steel panels? Are those going to be plastic now? Okay. So, thanks, Peter Tong, for pointing that out in the chat. I didn't even bother to read this. So, Back to the Future 2 Time Machine diecast. The red highlights indicate diecast metal parts. So, is that all we're going to get? Right? Or just the inner workings of the car, like the steering column, the steering wheel, this sort of this underbody plate, as it were, some of the suspension, and some of the stuff up here in the roof box, and also the bulkhead. Is that all we're going to get? I don't know. That's what it kind of looks like. Now, if the body panels, the stainless body panels were die-cast, this whole thing would be red. Okay, so I don't know what to make of that, guys. That kind of disappoints me a little bit. Chat, what do you guys think? Is it die-cast? Are the body panels die-cast? Do they need to be die-cast? Should they be die-cast? Would it matter if they weren't? I think just the frame that's metal, not the entire car. Yep. At least it won't rust like a Cybertruck. That's true. Big Bad Toy Store has a picture of all the die-cast parts, and the body isn't on there. Okay, so Big Bad Toy Store. We got to go. All right, so these are mainly the photos of. So if you're talking about the schematic, yeah, there it is. So that's probably what you meant, right? Okay. Yep. I don't plan on buying it from them. So they require a $150 non-refundable down payment. Only ships to the United States. Okay, kind of makes sense because of the free shipping. $4 flat rate shipping on literally everything. So they didn't mark up the price. So that's very interesting. I wonder how they're going to do it. Right? Shipping on this thing, 30 pounds. That's not going to be cheap. Very interesting. There's I'm not noticing any other details on Big Bad Toy Store, so adios BBTS. Alright, let's catch up with the chat here. What is the most impressive thing about this for me? For me, the motorized hover conversion. That is pretty awesome. Read the title of the slide, Red Marks diecast parts. Absolutely, I completely didn't even see that. Didn't even notice that. Lack of diecast explains the price. Okay, I'll give you that much. But take a look at the Tomy. I mean, you had die-cast body panels on that, and it was still pretty affordable. So, 9 kilograms is heavy enough. I think the die-cast parts are sufficient. Okay. I mean, at this size, if all the body panels were die-cast, this thing would weigh a ton. You could be right. You could be right. Eagle Moss has die-cast body panels. Most of the, well, it had some die-cast metal parts for the frame, but a lot of it was plastic. That thing does also weigh a ton. I've never weighed my Eagle Moss, so chat, if any of you have the Eagle Moss and you've weighed it, how much does it weigh? Shipping would cost more. How the heck is 20 pounds and not full metal die-cast, right? I don't know. I mean, I as far as 6 scale models, all I have are the Hot Toys, you know, and I have the Eagle Moss. I got 2 Eagle Moss, and I've got the Tomy. I don't really have anything else. I don't collect. I'm not a 6 scale collector. So you guys in the chat who are more familiar with that, if you can comment on that. Justin McFly, awesome product. The wait begins. Positive vibes, everyone. Andrew Craig, but they could use plastic with thin metal sheets on the outside. That wouldn't be die-cast, but it's still metal. I don't know, just a thought. So, you know, and if it isn't metal, is that going to be a deal breaker? I don't think so, right? The doors would be pretty heavy. I remember when I first tried to open up the Eagle Moss doors, I felt like, that he's got some weight to him, right? Same thing with the Tomy, right? There's, you know, a little bit of weight there because they are die-cast. The motorization and getting die-cast doors to open up, that's, you know, an issue. That's, you know, that could be a challenge, right? If you have the Eagle Moss, you know what I'm talking about. Those doors are so wonky. Mine broke. The little struts that kind of hold it up, they don't work. I use fish line to display it now. I take the fish line and I tied the 2 doors in the open position up together. So there's that. So, I don't know, guys. I think we're not looking at a die-cast body on this one, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Canadians keep getting screwed on a lot of the stuff. The Eagle Moss and the Tomy didn't ship to Canada. Well, so Marty DMC 12 was shipping to Canada an option on Blitzway Global. Anyone have an idea on shipping on Ecto 1? I don't know. What's up, Todd? Hey, Edwin. How's it going, man? So we got Edwin in the chat. Edwin has a 1-to-1 scale DeLorean Time Machine. And there's no doubt that that is metal. Stainless steel. Yeah, why can't they use stainless steel? That would be tough. That would be very expensive. Do you own any of the 118 Auto R? I don't, actually. Those were detailed. Did like them. Did not get one, though. I just don't have the room for everything. I do have a lot of DeLorean models, but that's one of the ones I don't have. Google says the Eagle Moss weighs 7.1 pounds, so it doesn't weigh much. I mean, if this is 20 and Eagle Moss is 7, I don't know. Is Eagle Moss really 7 pounds? I don't know. I felt like it weighed 10 pounds to me, but maybe I'm just getting weak. According to Sideshow's product page, the Hot Toys Mark II is 20 pounds. I think that's the entire package. That's what I remember. But that thing, it doesn't weigh that much. It's pretty light. But when it's all said and done, the shipping on, that's a good thing. I'm gonna have to weigh my my Mark III and to get an idea of how much that thing actually weighs when it's all said and done. The whole box, so I still have it all in the box, and then just weigh the individual model, right, separately. Blitzway does ship to Canada, so we finally catch a break. That's great. So, well done, Canada. Well done, Blitzway. All right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap things up on this live stream. I don't think there are any more videos on the Blitzway Facebook page, although I guess we could just take a look and see what else they got here. Let's go back to their Facebook page. Or chat if you can help me out on that. So, let's see here. I think everything else we've seen. I guess we can go to their videos on here. If they have a videos. They got reels here. So here's all the reels that they have. So I'm pretty sure this is the same video that they have on their YouTube channel. And there's the hoverboard. There's that one we've seen. Yeah, this kind of details. Oh, look at that. I haven't seen this one. Oh, man. Okay, we got to zoom in on that, guys. I can't zoom in. That's okay, though. Too bad. Can I open this up in a... Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, that's the doors opening. But this, I don't remember seeing that one. So this is a detail of... There you go. The wheels coming down and the wheels going back up. That's pretty cool. So here's the doors. We just saw that one. Yeah. So they don't open up all the way. We've seen this one. Seen that one. And there's the Bruce Lee. See, yeah, really good detail. Imagine Marty and Doc, right? I mean, look at that. It just looks... That almost looks scary real to me, right? That almost looks scary real to me. And it's well done. Pretty incredible. All right. Okay, so I think we've seen all the videos we need to see. And I think we're going to wrap things up. Let me just quickly go through the chat one more time here to make sure I got everybody's questions. Let's see here. Order from Back to the Future website. Back to the Future. You ordered from the Back to the Future website. So which website is that, Marty DMC? Thanks for the stream, brother. Good stuff. Thanks, Andrew, for tuning in. Model Mine, thanks again for all the help earlier. Better to buy from Blitzway or Big Bad Toy Store if we need to get customer customer service. You know, that's a good question. Blitzway is here in the USA. I'm 20 minutes away from them. So, you know, they're not very far out of reach. And I'm hoping to connect with them soon and maybe visit their offices, and maybe we'll take a closer look at this thing. So we shall see. We shall see. I'll try to commit to... Well, I'll commit to trying to set something up for you guys. If that doesn't work out, we have another chance of looking at this thing up close and personal at San Diego Comic-Con, which I'll be at as well. Oh, Back to the Future .store. Okay, I have not seen that. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Back to the Future .store. You can tell I'm completely out of touch with a lot of the Back to the Future stuff. It's really just the DeLorean stuff that I care about. Back to the Future Store. All right, well, let's go take a look at that. I guess we're gonna extend this stream a little bit more. I don't see it. Wait, there it is. Wait. Oh wait, that's just a Instagram or something. What is this? Okay. Did I miss it? I must have missed it. It's probably right here, and I just don't see it anywhere. Is it here? Aha! There it is. Pre-order it, so you can pre-order it. Look at that, $998.88, just like you said. So I had no idea it was available here on Back to the Future .store, and there you go. So you can pre-order it here as well. So it's actually a little bit cheaper. Anything different here? So there's some of their videos here, some of their photos. I'm not seeing anything different when it comes to the photos. I think they pretty much have the same photos that Blitzway had. The same information that they have as well. Yep. The batteries, that's going to be interesting. So there's a 9-volt battery, and I guess there's, from what I heard, I think it was on Denobi's channel, the 8EA. That doesn't mean 8 each. That means 8 AA batteries is what they said. So I'm assuming that's true. Then as far as like the constant power supply on this thing, Type-C cable with a 9-volt 20-watt adapter. So apparently that's not very easy to find. I don't know. I haven't started looking, but according to Denobi, he was saying that those aren't exactly like something that you could find easily. But again, I don't know. Thanks a lot, Marty DMC, for pointing this out. So here's another option. So apparently you can find this in other places, right? I don't know how quickly you can get this from other outfits like Back to the Future .store or Big Bad Toy Store. I don't think Sideshow has it, right, chat? I guess we can go to their Sideshow. Let's take a look. Is it absent from Sideshow? It probably is. It's taking forever. So they don't even have Blitzway here, you know? You'd think it would be right on their homepage if they were offering this thing. So confirmed, Sideshow does not offer this. Do they carry Blitzway though? Let's see here. How would I? Oh, brands. There you go. It doesn't even have them listed. You know, it has Back to the Future on here. So you can even order the Madrid, the skateboard. Back to the Future collectibles, shop all. DeLorean set. Hey, so this is a good time to announce. How many people do we have watching? Okay, it's not too many. So that's good. So I did want to make an announcement, and I'm only going to announce it here for you guys on the chat, and I'm not going to announce it until later on. DeLoreanTECH is working with Madrid skateboards. Okay, so you know that DeLoreanTECH in Madrid, my buddy Alex, who works for Madrid, he's their VP, and he and I go way back to basically back to high school, back to when, you know, well, junior high, elementary school, back when Back to the Future first came out. He works for Madrid. DeLoreanTECH and Madrid are working on a special edition Valterra skateboard. Okay, stainless steel edition. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop that, and that's all. Okay, all right, guys. So we're gonna wrap things up, and thanks for tuning in. This was a really awesome live stream. I've got a lot of editing to do. I'm not looking forward to that, so I will take care of that tomorrow. And man, this is the Bull Airs jacket, and I am sweating in this thing. So I decided to dress for the occasion, and I'm kind of regretting it. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the Blitzway. Did you guys order one? Did you guys order two? Let me know how excited you guys are. Let me know about the realization that the body panels may not be die-cast. Let me know what you guys think about that. Is that a deal breaker for you? Let me know what your favorite feature is about this thing. I'm willing to bet it's the motorized hover conversion, but if there's something else about this that really stands out to you guys, let me know down in the comments. Really interested in that. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video.